Well, this is a game I've been doing for like the last week or so. This is my AR report on Morocco on the Infamy mod. As Morocco's a country I've been wanting to play for a long time, and I decided to do the Infamy mod, had the best shot to do it, and I did it. Thankfully, I went and took over Algeria and Tunis very quickly, and the one thing I was scared about, because usually it would be either like Spain, France, or someone attack me to like start carving me up, but thankfully in this game, that didn't happen. Good thing too, because I was in a tight situation for the next several years, but I eventually managed to expand out. I couldn't really colonize much of Africa except Algeria right here, since I was behind tech and the great powers beat me to it. But through conquest, I managed to carve a giant empire. As you can see, I've beaten the French, Mexicans, Spanish, the British, beat the shit out of China, took over all of Korea, Manchuria, and I actually managed to get colonies, well, I guess you could say colonies, more like states, in the Americas. Uruguay, Venezuela, Haiti, Cuba. But over the last, since I've been filming today, I've done the last like 8 years, so, oh yeah, and I got Spain, of course. This was originally British, they took that over, but I took it over in the last Great War, well, World War I. I took that over from Austria decades ago. So yeah, into Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Almost on every continent. Now, this was really annoying. Like, I spent the last like hour or so playing the last 7 years of the game, and Germany, my ally, was attacked by France and Russia, and it started off a great war because they got me involved, and they actually lost the war. Now, unfortunately, since they lost the war and they were the war leader, even though I think I had more war score than them, I had to suffer the capitulation too, so I was cut down to size. Even though I conquered all of French Africa, and the Russians were invading me through Manchuria, they invaded all the way through here, I stopped them to Korea and started to push them back, so I was actually winning all my fronts, but no, I had to surrender too. I think I said this before, but I think that's bullshit. Even if the war leader surrenders, if I'm another ally of theirs is still fighting strong, they should be able to continue on the war on their own. And that's actually historical too. So yeah, I should have been able to continue to fight on, because there was no way I was surrendered on my own. I was beating France and Russia. But no, I had to be capitulated, which was bullshit. And then, over the last decades, I've been trying to take over the rest of Panama from Colombia. And after the capitulation, I went right to war with them, but unfortunately my ally America betrayed me. But more importantly, the capitulation, I found out, took almost all of my troops I had stationed right on the Venezuelan border to attack them for like decades, so I had like no army. It was a disaster. I actually managed to take over Panama, as you see right here, and push deep into the USCA, Colombia, and all of them, but unfortunately, I can't end the war. I can only do white peace, and I have freaking rebels all over the place right here. I mean, look at this. 566,000 fascist rebels, and of course I can't get rid of them because most of my army has been destroyed, taken apart, remember? So yeah, very aggravating. But I still managed to get a great power. It's quite impressive. This was finally did a full game as Morocco. Was very successful, although like I said, I don't like the ending. I should have been allowed to continue on the fight, because I would have beaten France or Russia, or at least forced a white peace, because there was no way they were going to beat me. Well, then again, you can't white peace a great war, but you get what I mean. I wasn't going to outright lose. And of course, my war against Colombia was a disaster, mostly because the capitulation that should not have happened in the first place. But that's the end of this game, and here is the final stand, and hope to eventually play them again in the future.